So how did that change the career? I mean, you're going from this person who's come out of struggling with substance abuse and so forth, and then now you're now you're a believer. How does that change your comedy? How does it change your
Well, for
venues
me,
and your bookings and all that?
whatever I used alcohol for to cap and suppress came out in the form of rage.
Oh,
So when I got sober, I got angrier.
did you
You
really?
know, I really wasn't at, and I think my wife would agree that the biggest change after giving my life to Christ was the peace,
Yeah,
the calm.
right.
The material didn't change much. The attitude changed. The way I delivered it changed.
Yeah,
My love for her changed.
yeah,
When our marriage was falling apart, Tammy will always tell, when people ask her, she said comedy for 6-7 years was my therapy.
yeah.
And I brought it out on stage, and I puked it out on unsuspecting audiences. I really was. I was working through so much stuff personally
Right.
that, again, I do coincidental comedy, so it's stuff that comes out, and I work inside out.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in a chair. I worked for years in a stool, and I told Tammy the other night I sat on a chair for the second half of the show, and I had a blast. I was leaning back. I was completely different.
Yeah.
When I was working on a chair, I would sit like this, and I would do my comedy like this.
Yeah.
And I would talk to the people. And at one point, I'm in a hockey rink in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and a midnight show, and I look at this audience, and I said, "Why are we here? What are you here for? What are you here for?" And it's dead quiet.
Really?
And a voice in the back goes, "Just want to hear some jokes."
What
And
made
I
you-
said, "That's reasonable."
Yeah.
I really did. I said, "That's a reasonable request."
just wanna
at a
laugh.
comedy club. We just want to laugh.
Yeah, you're bringing us down. You just
I'm
came here to
sitting-
laugh.
Oh, I had club owners calling my agent, going, "What happened to
What's
him,
wrong
man?
with that guy?"
He quit drinking, and now it's like he's just sappy and melancholy." But I had issue. I had, everything was just. I was a walking wound.
Yeah. Sure.
And so I just wanted to know why anything mattered.
Right.
Why do I get up and do this every day? What's the point of being married and having kids? And again, I didn't ask for this.
Right.
And now I look at it and I believe that's God says, okay, you got questions. Well, I'll give you the answers,
Yeah.
but you got to exhaust all these things.
Yeah.
There's an answer, believe me, at the end of all of this.
Right.
But
Right.
for me, it was 7 or 8 years of just, and I had moments,
Oh, sure.
And Tammy, I would come home, and go, I think I got it. And the way I can describe it is I was dying of a spiritual thirst, and it's if you're dying of thirst, and the only water you can get is coming out where you can scoop it up with your hands.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting. I was getting a handful of stuff
Right.
that would quench it, but then it dissipate.
Right.
And that's the best way I can describe it. So I had all this, the New Age, Buddhism, eventually humanism, Ayn Rand. I loved Ayn Rand. I really did. If I was not a Christian, I would be an objectivist, Ayn Rand disciple.
Right.
I loved her stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I became a believer, and I was living in Arizona at the time, and the Arizona Republic, the newspaper, did a survey of their readers, the top 10 most influential books in their lives. Number 1 was the Bible. Number 2 was Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, no kidding.
And I knew them. I knew them both.
Yeah.
And I said, I choose the Bible.
Right, good. Yeah.
And she missed it.
Yeah.
She missed it.
Wow.